You keep waking up tired. Even after 8 hours of sleep, you feel drained. You struggle to start your day. Your to do list feels like a mountain. You keep asking yourself, why am I like this? And slowly, this voice creeps in. Maybe I'm just lazy. But what if I told you you're not lazy? What if your brain isn't failing you? Because the truth is, you're not tired because you're lazy. You're tired because you're emotionally exhausted. In this video, we'll explore the hidden reason so many people, especially Indian families, feel burnt out, unmotivated, and numb. We'll dive into emotional labor, performance exhaustion, and how masking your real feelings since childhood can break even the strongest minds. Let's begin. Let's get one thing straight. Laziness is not your problem. Because laziness is when you have energy and capacity, but you still choose not to act. But you're not choosing it. You want to be productive. You try to focus. You wish you had the motivation to get things done. But every task feels heavy. Even replying to messages feels tiring. That's not laziness. That's emotional fatigue. And here's the twist. This kind of exhaustion is invisible. It doesn't show up on medical tests. It doesn't leave scars, but it quietly eats away your energy, your mood, and your willpower. If your phone battery kept dying, you wouldn't blame the apps. You'd check what's draining the battery in the background. Your brain is the same. It's not broken, it's overwhelmed. So, what's running in the background? Let's find out. Let's talk about a feeling that silently exhausts millions of people: guilt. You grew up hearing things like, "We have done so much for you and you still complain." Look at Sharmaji's son. He studies 10 hours a day. If you don't succeed, how will we face society? What will relatives think if you don't do well? So now, when you rest, a part of you feels guilty. When you say no, you feel selfish. When you take a break, your mind whispers, "You should be doing more." This is not motivation. This is guilt-driven productivity, where your self-worth is tied to how much you achieve. You can't relax because rest feels like failure. You can't enjoy slow days because silence reminds you of everything you're supposed to be doing. And that's the trap. You don't stop because you're okay. You stop because your body gives out. You fall sick. You burn out. You crash, and in those moments, you still blame yourself. Not because you're lazy, but because you were never taught how to exist without performing. You learned how to chase success, but no one taught you how to feel safe without earning it. And that's why you're not lazy. You're running a marathon in your mind every day, powered by guilt and not joy. And that kind of race, it always ends in exhaustion. There's another layer to this: performance exhaustion. You've been performing being okay for so long, it became default personality. You say I'm fine even when your chest is tight. You laugh in public and cry in bathroom. You attend meetings and birthday parties while your soul begs for silence. In the present day, there's often pressure to keep things looking good for society, relatives, even Instagram. You must be always sorted, strong, successful. So you keep performing. You wear the mask, but here's what nobody tells you. Pretending to be okay is exhausting. If you've been doing it since childhood, your brain has been in survival mode for decades. And this is why a simple Monday morning can feel like climbing Everest. Not because you're lazy, but because your nervous system is still recovering from pretending. Let's talk about something almost never discussed in Indian families: ADHD masking. Now, ADHD doesn't always look like hyper kids jumping around. In adults, especially undiagnosed, it can look like forgetting small tasks, being distracted 24/7, constantly feeling overwhelmed, starting things with excitement but never finishing them. But because Indian households don't talk about mental health, these signs are often dismissed as, "You're lazy. You have to be disciplined. You don't try hard enough." So what do? We mask. We create fake routines, fake focus, fake discipline, just to avoid getting judged. You're constantly acting like someone else. And this is not just tiring, it's traumatizing. Imagine driving with one foot on the brake and one on the accelerator every single day. That's ADHD masking. and over time, it turns into full-blown emotional burnout. So what now? If this feels like your story, how do you begin to feel alive again? Here are 5 simple but powerful truths to hold on to. Stop calling yourself lazy. Change the label. You're not lazy. You're tired. You're carrying weight no one else can see. Listen to your body. If your body says, I'm done, respect it. Rest is not reward, it's your right. Talk to someone, even if it's just a friend. Say the real thing. I'm tired of pretending. That's how healing begins. Take micro breaks. You don't need a vacation. Start with 5 minutes a day where you do nothing. No phone, no task, just breathe. Learn to unmask slowly. You don't have to perform for everyone. Try being real with one person. Start there. Healing is not about becoming productive again. It's about feeling safe being yourself again. So the next time you wake up feeling tired, don't ask what's wrong with me. Ask what have I been carrying alone. You're not broken. You're not behind. You're not lazy. You're just a human being, not a machine. And your mind, your body, and your spirit, they're just asking for a break. The strongest people are not the ones who keep going. They are the ones who finally stop and say, I deserve to rest. I deserve to be seen. I deserve to be real. And if no one's told you this before, let me be the first one to say this. You're not lazy. You're emotionally exhausted. Take your time. You're doing better than you think.